guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Keepsy, aka Keeper of the Keys. Thank you all for comments, shares, subscriptions to my channel. It really means a lot to me. It really helps my channel to grow and get their messages out there to a wider audience. Yeah, let's see, what does my collective need to know today? We've got doing drugs, okay? So, because this is a collective reading, and it may not resonate with everybody, I'm just going to have to say that you could be doing drugs to try and escape from reality, or some sort of pain, some sort of like escapism. Okay, and then we have I hate nothing about you. So again, you could be doing drugs as a form of escapism, trying to get yourself out of the world, what you are currently in, and try and get your mind into being elsewhere. But there is something surrounding being grounded, being present in the moment, and appreciating what you have right in front of you rather than what you do not have. So appreciate what you have rather than think about the things you do not have. Okay, I'll take my hair out, bubble. We've got sexual protection also, so basically there could be something surrounding doing drugs and then not having protection, but a lot of people will do that. I mean, I'm not perfect, definitely not perfect, and I'm not saying that I'm not, or I am, but there's something to do with wearing sexual protection to protect yourself from sexually transmitted diseases or sexually transmitted demons. We've got investigation and already knowing the tea and fulfilling a fantasy. Then we have tantric sex. So it could be very sexually active. Someone who's very sexually active who does drugs. So all I'm saying is about getting some tests done to make sure you've not caught anything, because I am getting that somebody here who does drugs in my collective is having a lot of unprotected sex and they need to get checked out. With multiple partners, unprotected sex with multiple partners. Someone could be under investigation for spreading STDs. Someone could be under investigation for drug trafficking. And we have house. So I'm getting also somebody in my collective could be selling drugs from their house. They could be selling drugs from their house. If that is the case, they are most probably, the chances are very highly likely that they're going to get raided. Trust in the process. So if you are in my collective and you are not just doing drugs, you are selling them, you've got to trust in the Most High that there's going to be raids coming. So maybe you could have an investigator following you. So you could have an investigator following you if you are selling drugs. You could, if you are doing drugs, you could have an investigator following you because they may want to know where you are getting your supply from. And there's a big network where it's linking, okay? So it's like a big network where it's linking. Fake apology. Let's just go into another day. Okay. The investigating card is right under the doing drugs card. So I am getting that quite possibly it could be something to do with someone getting raided. Yeah, 4 of Pentacles and being in possession. Then we have the 6 of Pentacles. They could be watching, masculine or feminine, do some drug dealings in the local community, in the local town. There's like the city's just standing out to me in the background here. 4 of Pentacles can mean possession. 6 of Pentacles can be like giving something, but it looks like, if you look, could be passing drugs around. Then we have a King of Swords in reverse. So this is a very corrupt masculine. A very corrupt masculine who could be very narcissistic. Could be very narcissistic. Okay. So there is some sort of raids going down. Maybe you already know the tea. I mean, again, these are collective readings, so this could resonate with somebody who's in my collective, or somebody who's going for exactly the same things on all sides, literally. Because I am sure I've got some investigators on my channel also. Because there's always some sort of clues coming up in a lot of these readings on how to wrap things up with investigations, because there's little tiny clues, just little tiny pieces of the puzzles. So this King of Swords, there's a lot of messages, okay, getting sent backwards and forwards. We've got the 7 of Swords in reverse. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. So there could be a lot of messages from this King of Swords in reverse to children who are like young. So it's something to do with children running around. Then we've got the 5 of Wands in reverse. There could have been some sort of a gang. There could have been some sort of a gang. But there's no... They don't want no drama. It's something to do with not wanting no drama. And they could be giving up, selling. Like, some King of Swords has been giving drugs to younger masculines and feminines to do their drug deals. This could be because they don't want to go down for drug trafficking, and they'd rather pass it and hand it to the kids. This is something surrounding handing to the kids. With this house, you could have been to this person's house at some point, because there is something surrounding selling drugs and then not wearing sexual protection and spreading STDs. So we've got homecoming. That's another surrounding energy. You could have been accused of selling drugs. You could have been accused of being a sex worker. Somebody could have accused you of selling drugs and being a sex worker. Nothing come of that. But with this containment, if somebody did say you were selling drugs and being a sex worker, they wanted you to bubble, boil and explode. Okay, then we have this romance. Then we have protection again. So something surrounding protecting yourself physically and spiritually from these STDs. So you could have a romantic partner who is in the middle of some sort of investigation, or you could be in the middle of some sort of investigation, but definitely somebody who's selling drugs is under investigation. One, like some of the adults who are passing it on to the children, they are under investigation. Something surrounding phone calls, text messages. Wishes. So maybe they've got some sort of wishes, some sort of dreams of being a little G, a little gangster, and a romantic interest, somebody who's romantically interested in someone who sells drugs. Some people can be like that. I mean, I know of some people who would only get with someone if they was selling drugs. That's the only way they'd get. They'd have to be selling drugs. They'd have to have some sort of a drug supply. And this is kind of how some people have worked it out and done the mathematical equations in their head. You sell drugs and you can have all the women flocking. towards you, that is like what people think. Intrusion. So there's definitely going to be a raid. There's definitely going to be a raid. So if you are involved in the drug trafficking industry, guys, and there is going to be raids, it's going to be a lot easier for yourself and the police and the justice system if you are not carrying weapons, and if you don't have knives, guns, these nunchucks, whatever it is, swords, samurai swords, friggin' machetes, stuff like that. Go hand stuff like that into your local police department. Getting rid of these things, all it takes is a split second to make the wrong decision, and then that totally changes and diverts the course of your entire life and your entire destiny. Yeah, and then someone will end up in prison if they don't stop messing around with knives as well. So I am getting that there is somebody younger in my collective who could be under the age of 18 who may be watching these videos. You need to be careful, okay, with weapons and stuff like that, because I'd hate to see a young lad locked up in prison for knife crimes or gun crimes. It's awful. Right, I'm going to leave that reading there before it gets too deep. Sending peace, love and light.